wonder if this is on. I'm sure we'll find out momentarily. Jimjames, again, welcome to Ukla Studios. Early morning session. We're going to do some digital drawing. This is a digital pad that serves like paper. We're also going to be using a program called Mischief. Does our drawing apparatus. Got our pencil. We got our coffee. And we're ready to go. The music you hear in the background is all from the band Ukla, which I own, front and play in everything of it. I'm sure you know if you follow me. So there's no copyright or anything on this music at all. It's just very quietly playing in the background. We'll even make sure it's down a little bit more. There you go. So I'm going to try to keep it kind of quiet because it is 4:30 in the morning and everybody's sleeping, so I don't want to be like bombastically loud, but I'll probably will go into characters. I will probably make noises and talk to myself and entertain myself. The live chat is up here on the screen. You can't see it just yet, but yeah, things of live television or streaming. Anyway, there's a chat feed up here somewhere, so if you guys are going to chat, be nice. Don't be rude. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and try to share this to our outlets right quick, so bear with me. Here, join some of the background music for the moment. I think this is called Something About a Spider. All of this stuff is available on my website, by the way, all this music. If you want to purchase any of it, you hear anything you like. Or you can buy it from iTunes or Spotify or wherever where you check music out. It's everywhere. I know it's early morning. East Coasters, you're probably going 8 o'clock right about now, I believe. 7:30 right now. West Coast, it's 4:30. Central, I'm sure it's something like 3:30, 2:30. Anywhere in between there. Like I said, this is our first posting in a long time, so this is number 8, apparently. So, let's see, where else are we going to share this at? Oh, a group page. I should be more prepared, but as I said, I'm getting back into the hang of this. Also, we're trying to be quiet. We got Sizzle Rizzle on the couch over there. If you hadn't seen, go check out our Ukla page on Facebook or YouTube. And we do a live show every day. Little musical interludes or little poems or cover songs. It's whatever, you know. We try to keep it fresh. Every day, something new. Could be the same song pattern for a couple days in a row, but that means we're just working out songs. And it'll be on the new album coming this fall. But in the meantime, check this out. We will get to the drawing here in just a minute. As I said, should have someone doing this for me, but you know, we're starting out. Plus my other companion, who's usually on the show with me, is asleep right now. But insomnia will keep you up all night, so you might as well just keep going during the daytime, because things got to get done. So you never know, you might find something while you're up. One more. All right. Now we could be going for a couple of hours, guys, because I'm just going to start drawing and just kind of see what comes in my head. I am going to try to draw a full character version of our comic book we're trying to release this, maybe this fall. As it's looking now, it may be a little later on. So, possibly by the new year. I'm just going to aim for that because I'm having difficulty figuring out whether I'm going to draw it on paper or digitally. I'm thinking I'm going to do it on paper and then scan it, possibly. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure that out. That's up to me. Anyway, we'll try to do some character designs for you and show you what those look like hand-drawn, because they look quite different from the computer images you saw maybe a month or so ago. I don't know if you saw I was trying to use a program to do a computer rendering of these characters. So I've decided to scratch that program because there'd probably be copyright issues with that, and just do something original. So that way, when it comes through the studio, it'll all be ours. This drawing pad that I'm using, Huion, I believe that's how you say it. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was a pretty good deal. Came with a drawing glove, pen. I had to buy some separate tips and whatnot. But yeah, it really is like drawing on paper. It's sensitive. The pencil's just like a pencil or pen or whatever. It's pretty intuitive. But that's through the Mischief program. Mischief is a program you can download online. Just go look it up. It's called Mischief, and it's a drawing program. It works with your mouse. It works with anything you have to draw with your computer. I think it's like $25 for a passcode just to have it. It's worth it though, man. I'll show you some of the features here in just a second. They're not sponsoring this video or anything, by the way. It's just a program we're using. It's, you know, we're not trying to make anything off of these videos, so it's just like a tool, basically. All right. Let's see. Well, that's running good. Apparently we can pop this out. Alright. So if we need to go to that at all, we'll do that. First off, throw on our glove. Fits like this because, for one, the drawing surface, you get oils from your hands and whatnot on there, so this keeps it slick and sliding. Plus it's easier to maneuver that way. Alright. It also works as a mouse for anything, your programs that you're using. It's pretty intuitive, it's pretty cool. Kind of like a Wacom pad, but a cheaper version. Not necessarily cheaper in that sense, but it may cost a little more now, I'm not sure. The H610 Pro. They may not make it anymore, maybe discontinued. I got it 2 years ago, maybe. I believe so. Anyway, let's get right into it. Pardon me, I'm not going to be able to see our feed anymore because now it should show. Oh wait, we got to switch the scenes. Now, this is the Mischief program back here. Turn the music up just a bit so I can hear it. This happens to be one of my good chill songs that I like. It's a good sit back and get dirty song, dirty jazz. This is off the album Alkali. I believe this is on iTunes probably. I'm not sure that it's on Spotify anymore. Yeah, back to Mischief. These pieces over here, let's see. Excuse me. This is your color wheel. You can change your colors. Obvious. Pencil, different heads, pixel size, depth, strength, eraser, zoom. The zoom feature is pretty cool because you can kind of go in. So you drew a picture, blah, 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 blah. Face, eyeballs, nose, mouth. And you want to go inside of the pupil. You can zoom inside of that and draw a whole nother picture inside of that, and zoom into that picture and zoom into that picture. It goes back pretty far, actually. You could do several images that way. So if you were doing a film shot of it, it could pull it back and looks like it's all coming into itself. We'll see if we can't do something like that with this, with our different characters. Let's see. Let's start out with a list. We're obviously going to do Poe. We're going to do Bookworm. And we're going to do Goatman. We'll see if we can't get those 3 done. Colors and shadowing and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to follow in. Share the feed if you want to. Um, Depending on how long this gets, we may post it to Facebook, or I may just post a final link to Facebook. But yeah, so get a drink, sit down, chill out. Let's watch some drawing and hear some kick-ass music in the background. If anything, most of my music serves for background noise. Let's check our feeds real quick. Yeah. Alright, let's get in there. Start out with our light drawing first. More gestures drawings, you want to get your basic shapes down. Since we're already this close, I'm just going to go ahead and start with the head. We can clean all this up with solid lines in a minute. It needs to be a little more narrow. He's not that big. This is POE. Stands for Paranormal Observation Experiment. I don't know if you've been following or not, but there's a whole story already on the YouTube, or no, I'm sorry, the Facebook page. Excuse me. It tells you the whole story behind it and several images to go along with it. You want to check that out? You can check that out in your leisure. I'm not watching the actual comments right now, so I hope you guys are censoring yourself if anybody is watching at the moment. Body kind of breaks down into 3 pieces. Torso, it's kind of like 2 sections really when it comes to shaping. Poe's he's very tall. He's not very muscular, but he's very tall. He is a half-breed from human experimentation, from aliens and the government. Wants to be used as a weapon, kind of like the Hulk, I guess, in a sense, but not really. He has common knowledge and never has changed shape. But he does control gravity. And that goes into a whole different tangent. Like I said, most of the story is laid out, at least how it starts, on the Ukla Studios page. And you want your body portions right. Your elbow kind of stops right at your waist, so forth. Your wrist kind of starts right at the top of your hip. You want to remember those things when you're drawing. Oh. Actually, let's try our zoom feature right quick. Mischief lets you do this kind of stuff. You get real close, real far, even really far. Like I was telling you, you could zoom in and out. It's pretty cool. Alright. as we were doing. Oh, what was this one called? I should know my own songs by now. As You're Turning. There are lyrics that go to the song, but it's kind of just releasing the EP. Quite interesting. Studying action figures kind of helps with proportions too. They kind of get those right pretty much most of the time. Most people go with like, they'll start with the crosshair and the cross hatching like this and get your body portions correct in this nature, which is good. It's almost like a gesture drawing. I like Poe to have long legs. Since he's wearing pants anyway, it's not really going to matter. You can break the legs down in shapes too, especially if you're bending them. Think of it like clay, but with a pencil. Folds in his pants. Poe wears boots. That's too big. Let's see, his foot would be, yeah, something like here. So that's a little too big there. As I said, we can clean all this up in a little bit. We're just gesture drawing right now. Used to be a little baggier. Poe's from the age where they don't wear tight ankle pants. Plus he's usually on the run, so he kind of just finds what he can. A lot of times he wakes up but has no idea what's going on. Shoes too also have general shapes. All right. Let's take a little zoom out. That'll work for now. Tell you what we're gonna do. Let's change the head too. Gesture drawing and getting your images correct is the perfect way to start. We'll have them facing front. Kind of a downward pose. One eye raised. doing here on the feed? Yeah, we look alright. I'm sure there's hotkeys for this. Yeah, let's try this. We're going all over the place. Alright. Apparently the program is shut down. Let's try it again. First we'll start with our stick drawing here. How do we look? Good. We're back to normal. Is this on? Wow, that one popped up, didn't it? Okay. I better know what's wrong. Smooth like butter. Well, I guess we'll be talking for the rest of the time. Let's see. That's about where his mouth is. Oops, wrong one. Let's see, Poe. What can I talk about Poe? What can I tell you about Poe? Excuse me. His mouth noise is ill. Poe is a character I think came to fruition somewhere in downtown Charleston, South Carolina. Somewhere in into the 90s, I would say. One of those trips where you kind of just hanging out with your friends in a hotel room back in those days when we used to just listen to music and play, and we just got to rambling and talking, and I got to drawing and came up with this guy. That image is somewhere. I'm quite sure a fellow by the name of Edward may have it. At least somewhere in his collection. Yeah. Test, test. And as an artist, as you saw before, sometimes you have to just scrap your work because it didn't turn out right the first time. Which is not a big deal. Shouldn't get upset. These things happen. Tell you what, for giggle's sake, we'll just make his jeans a little tighter. Make sure our leg proportions are pretty close. I can take these videos and speed them up pretty good, so even if we just get one character in, it'll be worth it. That's a little too big there. There we go. And the other foot. The shoe is always on the other foot. That would be more so like this, wouldn't it? A little smaller. I'll tell you what we'll do with this. We'll shrink it down a little bit. Give it more of a point. There's more pants covering this one up. That'll work for now. Inseam. Again, guys, this is just rough sketching here. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. Just like Bob Ross taught us when we were growing up. Practice and time with it. And he does wear cargos. So we'll make these cargo looking. Okay. And he has like a square on his face. Let's get those proportions right. There's these four metal, yeah, hit it again. There's these four metal plates, two here and two here, that pop up when his gravity powers fall. They kind of just come from nowhere and bolt to his face. And so the government took those and bolted them permanently to his face, so they never come off. Thus his power never runs away. And there is no power on the planet that can control him. But to him, he has no idea of what's going on right now. He's still trying to figure out what happened to him. Has no recollection of it. The story's pretty cool. It's taken a couple of years to come up with the whole idea. Also, back to that fella Edward, there was another character we came up with way further back than that. I want to say early 9th grade, maybe. Somewhere up in there. Goatman. Travels through space and eats trash for his superpowers. He can't consume food. He consumes toxic waste and things of that nature. Drinks it like fine wines. He's traveling from all kinds of different galaxies and planets. And of course, Bookworm, you can tell, obviously knows a lot. Very well read. It's hard to say. Alright, let's see. Collarbone. Check. As I said, you're just making little gestures here. We'll get him with his hand is throwing something, I guess. Try that. Shoulder muscle. That should be about right to this fingertip. And the shoulder muscle. This one should be bunched up as well. Now, it's taken time to learn how to do these muscles patterns. That's from studying actual skeletal structures and muscles to just get a rough outline here. His arms are in bandages too, by the way. So I'll draw that in real quick. Says, are you upset down there? I don't know if y'all can hear that, but she's on there huffing. Let's check out our feeds real quick. Okay, good. I'll close that window because it seems like we're slowing us down a bit. Give him another forearm. He can make himself light as a feather or stiff as a board. I'm sure you guys played that as a kid somewhere. Or if not, it's an old childish game. Usually never worked. Just adding a little shade there. The arm's a little too thick. There we go. Take some of that out. Again, this is just a preliminary sketch. Poe in this section will have his signature tossed up hair. His ear. Actually connect the neck so we can have some movement correctly. Let's see. So this way it would look. Okay. I want to start with the triangle of the hand. And it's going back from the foreground to the midground, or the beginning ground, so you want to separate the fingers just a bit. And a little structure of knowing how the hand works does pretty good. Enough for our gesture drawing anyway. His fingers are exposed. This one should be clenched in a fist. Alright, Poe wears a tank top. Kind of beaten and torn, but this'll do. pec muscle action here. Alright, let's get up in this face. Oops. You want it to look like it's going backwards and flowing pretty much backwards with the rest of it. I have those shadows in here. This is pretty much going to be changed when the color comes in. Let's get his hairline right. Poe doesn't necessarily have a nose, it's kind of flat to his face. Let's see. There we go. Excuse me. Silly voices be damned. I am fighting the urge to go off into silly noises and songs. Just so you know. I doubt any of you want to stay and hang for the whole time that we're going to be here, but if you do, we appreciate it. We meaning me. Alright, let's do this civilly. Like I said, this program's pretty cool for, getting out ideas. Let's see, we need to get rid of some of that too. Eyebrows, important. They suggest what you want to see in your face. Cheekbones are important as well. As I said, we'll add all of the fine details as we go along. these boxes are pretty much, like I said, screwed onto his face. You can kind of see how it gets a little hazy when you get a little closer to it, but yeah, you zoom in on anything, it's gonna look a little weird. And all we gotta do is clean this up with the eraser anyway. He usually has face hair, but I'm not gonna go into that much detail with that tonight. Or rather this morning. Not exactly nighttime here in the US anymore. That one's a little too high up. Symmetry. You want to keep things straight, put together. Excuse that loud mouth noise again. I like to make sure that it looks like he has eyelids. That was incorrect. Again. Sizzle, I hear you over there, sweetie. I know you're upset. Interrupting her sleeping time. Let's see, let's do this one. Oh, that's way too big. Instant shadows. It's connected the right way. Plus it kind of helps to smooth the lines out a little too. More of an underpainting than anything else. Dum dum dum. Let it out. As I said, I'm invoking the spirit of Elvis this morning, apparently. All right. Now, see what we get there? Just a little bit of shady, shady, shadies. This will help define the arm a lot more. Again, guys, you can get carried away with this. And it's letting me go darker the harder I press. So I have some control over this pretty much. Again, but this all comes with just a general knowledge of study. Just to get the, shadows down. At least on what you want it to look like anyway. Again, the finished product will look way more cleaner than this. Feed's still going good. Yep, looks like we're doing fine. Let's go back to our fine brush for a second. These pants are kind of corduroy. This also puts in a little bit of direction, so you can kind of follow folds, and pants and jeans do that kind of stuff. Almost cross-hatching, but not quite. Alright, let's go back to that for just 1 second and get this correct. Nope, too much. Just a little bit there. Okay, good. Now, you probably can't see this, but we're going to add another layer. Take the occupancy from this, bring it down just a little bit. Because I want my color to shine through. Pose kind of a bluish green, more of an aqua. But with human flesh tones. Excuse me. Coffee. Layer 2. This pen really does make it intuitive to kind of just get in there and get what you want. But again, this is pretty quick gesture drawing because I want to get at least this one done. Think of this as like an underpainting. So when I get done, all this hard line stuff is going to be on the outside. That was too big. Again, that was too. There we go. I want the light to hit it. Plus the shadows that are already on there from the first go will help with the transitionary pieces. You can always go back in and add a highlight on this, which is kind of odd because it's not like real life. But the darker you go is fine because this is another layer. Fingers here. Okay. Let's go to a brownish color. There, well, something about like that. Another Bob Rossism. We're going to keep this on the same layer. Again, doesn't matter if it's perfect. It's just gesture drawing. Let's see, a little darker brown. Just to add some depth in this thing. Alright. Poe's hair is kind of a bluish black tint, so let's go to blue, blue black. Almost a lion of hairstyle. There we go, that'll work. Let's get these britches. Actually, now let's put some on his shoes real quick. All right. While we're here, let's get a little darker tones going on here in our shadow areas. To separate church from state, as they say. finger joints. Oops, too big. A little bit more shading on the face here. Just kind of be a little careful and leave out the eyes because they are opaque. See-through, opaque, dead looking eyes. Dead ski. One more shaking down there. Now we move on to the britches. Again, we're not spending thousands of hours of quality time because I'm doing this for free. And see how you can make your brush fatter. Doesn't really necessarily about the money. Just more to show how the gesture, gets done. I'm sure most of you artists already know how to do this stuff, so. But for the people who don't, I see that was too dark. Always remember the dark comes from the top. It shines and holds at the bottom. Little shadows pop out. Alright, let's go for a little bit lighter shade. We'll go to our pin joint, pin Gillette. And actually add stripes in there. Yeah, this is just putting texture in it. This isn't really doing much for anything else. Again, we could make these lines correct and follow the shade lines. But what we're trying to do is just determine a shape. Okay. Let's see. Layout 1. No. All right. I think we'll call that one done. I think we'll stop here too because it is 5:30 in the morning and we've been going for a good bit. Let me show you what I was talking about earlier though, about the zoom in feature. And go into his eyeball. start a whole, seriously, a whole nother picture. Whoops. Too sharp. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fingers. That's a little strange. Anyway, you get the point here. I don't want to go too crazy with it. But here, check it out. From here, go into that. That's as deep as it goes. Okay. Anyway, you can pull out for a pretty long time. Just keep going out. Watch here. It's a picture inside of a picture inside of a picture. Strangest thing ever. Oh, I kind of see it. Maybe not. Might have lost it. No, there it is right there. No? Tough to see. Yeah. Anyway, guys, this is Poe. Paranormal Observation Experiment. I'm going to sit this down. I bid you guys a good morning. Thanks for joining us. So you might be able to zoom in like that. There we go. Poe, coming this fall. Thanks again, guys, for joining us on our number 8 broadcast. And we'll probably try to do these a little later on into the week. Maybe even next week. Making another series, another habit. And yeah. So we'll check you guys out next week. Excuse me, for episode number 9. And maybe a little more attentive and not have been up all night. But insomnia kicks in sometimes, at least for me. And yeah. But no one, look around. I've been Jimjames. This has been Poe. We'll try to do Bookworm or Goatman next time. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good day. And yeah, all that good stuff. Later.